Welcome to the Brea Tar Pits, where history is preserved in ancient asphalt. The Brea Tar Pits is one of the world's richest sources of Ice Age fossils. This fascinating site where ancient creatures once roamed offers a unique glimpse into the past right in the heart of Los Angeles. As you wander through the site, you'll encounter life-size replicas of mammoths, saber-toothed cats, and giant sloths. This brings to life of the incredible diversity that existed thousands of years ago. Within the museum that we will see a little later on, we will discover an array of fossils that have been meticulously excavated from the tar pits by paleontologists over the years. These include the remains of direwolves, ground sloths, mammoths, and even the occasional human artifact, to name a few, each telling its own story of survival and extinction. The ongoing research efforts continue to uncover the mysteries and scientific discoveries hidden beneath the surface. Whether you are a history buff, a nature enthusiast, or simply curious about the past, the Brea Tar Pits provide an unforgettable journey through time. So please join us as we uncover and learn about the hidden treasures of this natural wonder. So there are 9 fenced-off tar pits on display scattered throughout the park. The biggest one would be the Lake Pit. Since the 20th century, over 100 of these pits have been excavated between July 1913 and September of 1915. More than 50 of these excavations were completely unproductive, and only about a dozen yielded prolific fossil remains. Next, we make our way over to tar pit number 13. This pit started excavation in 1914. Paleontologists found it to contain a concentration of giant ground sloth bones, along with the skulls of over 100 other mammals that met their end in the tar between 14,000 and 18,000 years ago. This tar pit also trapped a lot of meat eaters like direwolves and saber-toothed cats. Scientists believed that the carnivores couldn't resist the temptation. The sight and smell of other animals stuck in the tar attracted them. Carnivores would tear off trapped animals' limbs and escape or get trapped in the tar themselves. This is why most of the fossils found were not complete specimens. If you look carefully, insects, squirrels, and birds still get caught in the tar to this day. If you're not careful, the tar pit could even take a human down. Brea's unique tar seeps makes each pit here a different Ice Age time capsule. While one seep stops, another one starts up not far away. The type of plant animals that get stuck in one seep are often different from those that get stuck in another one that pops up later on. This start-stop cycle has been occurring many times over the past 55,000 years. Pit number 9 here is thought to be the oldest tar pit and excavation site. 27 Columbia mammoths, several American mastodons, and 10,000 other fossils were found right here in this pit in 1914. But how did they all fit in this small pit, you may ask? They call them bone jumbles. Over time, methane gas bubbles up, churning the bones from different animals and compacting them into complex jumbles. But pit number 9 was far bigger than it appears now. Workers dug down 35 feet to find all of its fossils. The most recent find was in 2006 while excavating the underground garage next door. A near-complete adult mammoth skeleton was found. The iconic lake pit here is actually a pit left over from asphalt mining operations in the late 1800s. At that time, Brea tar was mined to seal roofs and roads. The pit has since collected rain and groundwater, creating a small lake. The lake's bubbles, sheen, and distinctive odor come from a deep underground oil field 1,000 feet below. Project 23, named for its 23 crates, is helping to reconstruct the environment of the Ice Age. From mammoth tusk to mouse toes, fossils big and small tell us a story of what LA was like long ago. These big crates contain millions of Brea's most recent fossil finds. It's hard to imagine that Brea is still a full-time, active working site with earth scientists, paleontologists, and dozens of volunteers. They are still digging through these crates, making new discoveries every day. The crates range in size from 9,000 to 123,000 pounds and contain anywhere from a few hundred to thousands of fossils. Every fossil that is larger than a centimeter is measured and taken to the Tar Pits Museum for cleaning and storage. All the other sediment surrounding the larger fossils are saved in buckets so they can be investigated later for microfossils of small plants and animals. Inside the museum, researchers at Brea have unearthed and studied the remains of millions of plants and animals. Some of the most spectacular fossils ever found at the Tar Pits are on display. This is the world's most complete record of what life was like at the end of the Ice Age, between 10 and 50,000 years ago. I thought this little exhibit here was pretty interesting. It shows examples of how people living in the Los Angeles basin used asphalt from 9,000 years ago. Indigenous people found many uses for this sticky substance. They painted baskets and canoes as waterproofing and used to repair broken tools. Many of the items here in the case were found right here at Brea. This is the Direwolf Exhibit. This wall represents the skulls of 404 direwolves and is only a small sample size of the more than 1,600 direwolf remains that were found here. If you look closely, you can see that not all the skulls are alike. These minor differences reveal subtle changes in the wolf's evolution over time. The Fossil and Paleontology Laboratory is the highlight of many visitors, including ours. Here they show you what happens after the fossils at Brea Tar Pits are excavated. Here you can see that they are separating microfossils less than 1 centimeter in size, such as small skeletal remains. They are found in the matrix or sediment that was removed from the fossil cleaning process. Although these are very small, microfossils offer the scientists a wealth of knowledge about the past environments and the climate of the Ice Age. They are now working on specimens from Project 23, the treasure trove of fossils that were discovered during the construction of the LACMA parking lot in 2006. When a specimen arrives in the fossil lab, the first step in its preparation is removing the asphalt, a highly viscous or gluey black tar-like substance. Hardened asphalt is carefully removed by soaking the bones in solvent overnight. A second cleaning process removes any residual clay and silt using water and foam tip applicators. Large fossils and fossils with many cavities such as skulls and vertebrae can sometimes take several days to clean completely. Every fossil dug up from the tar pits has a characteristic brown hue as a lasting stain from the asphalt. Sometimes the specimens can become damaged or cracked during the fossilization process. In the fossil lab, the team can repair or reconstruct the bone using a transparent glue-like adhesive. After each bone is cleaned and repaired if necessary, it is transferred to the collections team. This is the atrium in the middle of the museum, and it is very peaceful to walk through. Next, we will head over to the observation pit and see an active La Brea dig site. So unfortunately, the observation pit and pit 91 were closed today. So I will have to end this video here after I show you some pictures of what it was like when they are open. Thank you for watching, and if you like what you see, please like and subscribe. It really helps our channel.